It may be to look good, but there's a function. There's a function of mechanics and there's a function of physics that goes into it. And I'll explain. First of all, you are tied to this block. In other words, it's not like cricket where you can, you're here in the background somewhere and you can run up to the block and go like that. And you've got the inertia of running in to help you throw the ball, okay? And it's different. It's really different because you can use that extra oomph to throw the cricket ball. With a baseball, you are tied to this block. And you'll find out as soon as you pull your foot off this block at the wrong possible time, you will hear somebody on the other team scream balk. That means you took your foot off the block. B-A-L-K, a balk. That's what they call it, okay? So you're tied to this block. Whether you have your foot here, if you have your foot here, depends on, of course, what the other team, what their coach is like and how the umpires feel that day, where you got to have your foot. Sandy Koufax would have the foot halfway on the block. Sandy was smart. He would do something where the foot would hinge off the block. Never saw another player do that. Never saw another player do that. The reason it's great is because, number one, you're on the block. They can't call a ball, okay? Number two, when you can hinge and you're lean, the block is actually helping you. It's helping you throw the ball. So, and you can adopt that if you want. It's up to you. But the ball needs to leave your hands with the leg action in place. And the leg action in respect to using some greater physics and mechanics can give you greater velocity. Now, obviously, if you're bringing the leg back to here, okay, it's going to help you. You're throwing it out like this, okay, your whole body's coming forward, your throwing arm is coming forward. It's helping you gain velocity with the ball. If you can use the physics of this leg, because this is the leg that you're bringing up, okay, it gives you more an advantage. Now, Tim Lincecum had a great method of doing this, and I always thought it was brilliant, and of course, a lot of people, a lot of fans in the San Francisco Giants stadium thought it was brilliant too. He would use something called, I call it sling foot, okay? Timmy would take the, Tim would take the sling foot, he would pull it around, okay, and bring it out as far in that direction as possible. Now that's the one part of his body that it could really put back there to make it work. So Tim would go like this, bring this foot out here, okay? His body would literally, his torso was literally turned backwards, okay? He'd bring it way out here and then use the inertia of this foot, okay? Now, if you look at where this foot is, it's farther out than where my foot has been landing in a standard fashion. It's farther out, and if I do the same exact thing again, if I use the same sling foot action again, I'm gonna get just about the same result. And what does that do? It helps me to throw the ball with greater velocity. I'm readying up, okay, leaning, and that ball did just what I wanted it to do. So you're using the inertia of the foot and the leg. Instead of just coming to here, okay, bringing the leg up to here and then down, you're coming all the way back here. Brilliant move, especially when you can't go back any further, okay? Now that's a dynamic, that's a levered dynamic that you can use to gain velocity for the ball. Now there's another dynamic. This is the most common dynamic that is used, and it's really, really pretty common with Sandy Koufax. He does this on a regular basis. You step up to the plate, bring the leg up, and then throw the leg up in the air, okay? Now what does that mean when you do that? Okay, when you throw the leg up in the air, you have the weight of this entire thigh, your calf, and your foot to throw forward. Just like in the sling foot, just like in Tim's sling foot, this will give you added action. The reason it's so good is because once you master it, you can bring the leg up and your foot comes down here. As long as you learn how to land the foot softly, that's kind of the magic secret. You're landing your foot with the leg and whatever associated body weight is in the action. You know, you're doing this kind of fast, so it's your leg and your foot that's mainly in it. You're landing with up to 1,000 pounds of force. It's just like a boxer's punch, okay? If you can get the leg to come up here, okay? Bingo! Nice fast ball, right? That's what you're looking for. Then that means that you gained greater leverage with the leg to bring it out like that. That's very dynamic. The reason pitchers will not really, or pitching coaches will not really teach you about that is because you can strain something doing it. It's a personal choice. It's a personal choice as how you're going to throw the ball. Nolan Ryan has one of the most interesting ways of doing things. I mean, he brings the leg up here and then kicks the leg out up in the air, bringing the whole leg down, okay? And then when he brings the entire leg down, okay, he literally throws himself forward, okay, like this, and then this leg falls in behind it. So this is basically your action. You come up, okay, he's coming up like this, and then lots of levers there. Okay, so Tim Lincecum has another interesting habit. I don't know whether he invented this, but it's certainly a brilliant move on his part. When he does the handbrake, okay, he drops this hand down, which typically for Tim, that ball is going to come behind the leg. Okay, that's really looking for momentum in the ball, okay? And then Tim will take this hand and this glove and take it up here. Now this is a counterbalance. I'll go into this at another time, but it's counterbalance, okay? It's counterbalanced, and number two, he has a lever. Because as this falls, it means it's going to carry the body forward, okay? You factor the leg in and the hip and then the arm, that's 3 levers, okay? Let alone the lever you're going to use here, okay? Then the lever of the shoulder, we'll cover that in future videos. It gives you real power to throw the ball. And of course, everything begins with the legs. None of this can occur without the legs being able to do what they need to do. So, you can come up, okay, bring the legs up like that. You fired the ball. This covers the basics of pitching. The dynamics of what occurs when you're doing a power throw. We'll cover that later in another video. But here in videos 1 and then 2, part A and B, you'll be able to put the basic pattern together. Again, this is Beginning Pitching. My name is Tony Wilder, and thank you very much.